Hi everyone, this is Diane. I hope you're having a good day. Today is Friday for me here, and I wanted to show you my haul from Michael's, or not Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I went to Hobby Lobby with my daughter on Wednesday, and I haven't put my things away because I wanted to show them to you. And then after we see those things, I just want to make some decisions about these two journals that I'll be working on. So I hope that you will stick around for both segments of this video. So the first thing I want to show you is a non-craft item, and it is this. They had all their framed stuff 40% off. So this says, "I trust the next chapter because I know the author." And I'm just going to put that in my bedroom as a reminder. And then I got this, which is from Desk Made Pen and Ink Palace. It's manufactured suggested price is $19.99, but they're selling it for $14.99. And I don't necessarily need to use it for these items, although I may. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it yet, but I know where I'm going to put it. And I did think that I would use it for my vintage photo and my distress tools because I access them all the time, and I have them in a little drawer right next to me, but it would be so much easier if they were right on top of my table, and then maybe I could free up some drawer space because all of these inks were in that top drawer also. There are other inks in there too. So these are my StazOns in brown and black, and my archival, black archival, my Versamark, which is for embossing, and my red StazOn. So I'm not exactly sure what is going to go in here. I did put my little paper trimmer in here because I have a hard time finding a good spot for it where I can just reach it quickly, and I do want to keep it handy. So I have this dead corner off to my right that I had stuff there that I very rarely use, and it's hard to access it. So I thought I'll make better use of the corner by just putting this kind of kitty corner, which is going to, close the corner off, and I won't be using that little corner, but this will be there and it will be handy for me. So as I work in here, I'm sure I will find things to put in that and make it very useful for me. Then I got these baskets. I have some in a pale aqua color on my wall, and I hang them on command hooks on my wall. I just hang them by the handle here. So one of them has my pom-pom trim, and one of them has eyelet trim. And I have some baskets that I got from Walmart, some round baskets that have handles like this, and I have fabric yo-yos and fabric strips in them. So I have more room on my wall. I can put more command hooks up and put these up. I just like having them accessible, and like I said, I don't have shelves. I have very few shelves in here, and I have a lot of drawer units, and I would like to just have things out where I can use them better. So I'm not sure what will go in these yet, but I know I can fill them up. In fact, I did fill them up while I was shopping. I had so much fun shopping with my daughter, and I spent a lot of money at Hobby Lobby, but everything I got was on sale, including the picture I showed you, plus I got a larger, very colorful floral picture to hang in my living room. I also bought 3 of the smaller ones of these. I have some on my shelf that's over my head, and they come in very, very handy for little things. This is just little tags. This is my little Sizzix jelly bean soup little sacks that I make, and some small tags, including printable tags. And I know recently I was looking for something like this in my room. I can't remember what it was I wanted to put in it, but I'm just going to have these for when I need them. And they were 40% off. I don't think these were on, no, these were on sale. These are Dritz pins, and it says that they are rust-proof, nickel-plated brass, rust-proof, and all the other packages said nickel-plated brass, but none of them said rust-proof. So I'm going to trust it. And they look very small, like skinny, So hopefully they will fit into this nozzle, and then I will have to top them maybe with, you know, a knitting needle cap. So that way I have spare pins for when I lose track of one. But they did have all of their Sewology, which is the Hobby Lobby brand of sewing supplies, sewing notions and whatnot. They had all of those either 40 or 50% off. I can't remember. Sometimes Hobby Lobby puts certain things 40% and sometimes they're 50. But I got these large eyelets in 4 colors. So sometimes I just want a bigger eyelet, and these are pretty big. I just have to make sure I have, they called it an anvil, the thing you put in it and then hammer it to flatten it out. I just have to see if I have one the right size, and if not, I'll have to search for one, but I think I already had some that size, so I probably have what I need. I also saw this, which I thought was really cool. It's a filigree clasp. It was $2.99, but then I got it either 40 or 50% off, and you get 2 sets. So there's little holes on the ends of these, so I could take a ribbon or a piece of elastic, like a pretty elastic, and stitch that to it, and then it would be a fastener for a journal. 2 fasteners for journals, in fact. I got some red tape. I picked up, thought I had 2 of those. I'm only seeing 1. Pretty sure I picked up 2. Hopefully the other one's around somewhere, but it's all the Tim Holtz stuff was 40% off, and this is watercolor cardstock. So I wanted some watercolor pieces for, you know, using some of my media supplies that I want to play around with. The inks were on sale, 40% off, so I got 3 archivals. I'm always needing new blacks because I use it a lot and it dries out. And I got coffee and red geranium to add to my archival inks. The stamps and dies were on sale, 40% off. I got this stamp that looks like barnwood, so it's another background stamp I can use. I don't know if you can see the picture there, but it's the background of a card. They stamped it on white cardstock with a light brown ink, and it looks like a barnwood. And I thought this set was gorgeous. A set of mushrooms and poppies and botanicals. There's some strawberries right there. And I even like this. It says specimen number. Looks like, I don't know what it kind of looks like a postage cancellation, but that's not what it is. It says specimen on it. Just really pretty. Some ferns. And this has these little definitions in the circles for smile, love, kind, friend, fabulous, memories, and dream. And then you have this, you could stamp this in a light color and then stamp the definition circle on top of it. And then it has the little words too, and little squiggly things. Kind, smile, fabulous, love, friend, memory, and dream. I guess they're all the things that are in the definitions. So I thought that was really nice. I'd never seen either of those before. And I got this embossing folder. It's a 3D embossing folder. I thought that was really pretty. And I love this one. I have some foliage dies, but I love that this is a long strip. Oh, it's not a long strip. It's this. But I can snip it apart and make it into long strips if I want to. Or this would make a fun background too. And then I got this set of nesting scallop squares, which I thought were really pretty. And a big embossing folder. Sometimes these just aren't big enough. So I got this one. And in the fabric remnants, I got this piece for Woodlands Journals. There's a bear and a duck and a deer, turkeys. I got some paper stacks, although I don't need paper, but these were this is stuck because I took the tape that seals it shut off and it's made it sticky. So I'm just going to remove this. I know I did something to the others so that wouldn't happen, but I didn't do it to this one. So these were, I think they're 75% off. I didn't do the math, but they were originally $22 and this is $5.49. So I got Christmas. Ornamental Christmas it's called, and these are 60 sheets and they're the heavier paper. They're not quite as heavy as some of the other cardstock paper packs you get, so I don't mind these for journal pages. Stripes. Pretty green music. Polka dots. Snowflakes, red and aqua. Pretty green pattern. Snowflakes again. Ornaments. So this is kind of a traditional pack, which is what I tend to go for. Probably can't see that. It's a pale aqua pattern. So it's a different, it's traditional, but yet it's kind of a different color palette where it might be considered retro as far as the palette goes with the aqua. And the red is more of a crimson or a rusty red more than a bright red. It's a pretty green. Pretty aqua. More music. That one's pretty. I love that one. So this is just a really nice paper pad, and some of these, obviously some of these pages I can use for journals other than Christmas. All of these pads were $5.49. This one I think is for baby journals, baby albums, but it's called Darling Dearest, and I don't do baby journals, but I can use these pages. There might be a few that I wouldn't want to. There's pastel florals, and these pretty little bows. I probably wouldn't use that one. Could be bow ties. Some clouds. But this is what I love. I love the little retro deer. And there's a bunny there. I just have a soft spot for the 1950s looking kind of deer, and that's what these remind me of, even though they're more modern. Some more clouds. Oh, and I also love the swans. I can use them in swan journals. So there's, I think, at least three different pages with swans. And there's 3 of each. Love those big polka dots. This one's cute. Alphabet with the bunnies. Some more clouds, and it says dream. That one looks more babyish. Just kind of an abstract flower pattern. This one has birch trees. I love that. Keep smacking my little light here. And this one's cute with the deer head. Little bunny and animal silhouette heads. Animal head silhouettes. You are loved, snuggle time. So that's, you know, that's for a baby, but I could fussy cut some of the animals or punch them out, die cut them out. This one's pretty. Oh, I forgot. I have my camera angled up because of that big storage thing I had at the beginning. This will make it easier for you. I apologize. And there's some more deer. Make it easier for me too. Where'd the rest of this? Oh, there's a swan. It's a really pretty one. Hearts. I know that there's another swan in there. I'm pretty sure there were 3. 1, 2. Well, I guess I was wrong about that. But I have 6 pages of swans in here. And then lastly, I think this one's gorgeous. The Paper Studio Floral Collage. I don't know if you want to see all these sheets, but I like looking at them. Purple. Now normally I love the more vintage looking and classic looking florals and things like that, but I've been using more colorful things and less vintage looking things, so although I still love the vintage, so I think I love this color. I'm not really an orange person, but I just love that peachy tangerine color. I've just been drawn to prettier, brighter colors. And I don't really like the primary colors for using in my journals, but there are certain blends of colors that I just love. The end. And then the last thing I got was this, which was in the sewing department, but it's not Sewology, so it wasn't on sale. But again, it has the manufacturer's price of $22.99, but their price is $16.99. So I think that's what I paid for it. But it's an ironing pad for when I need to iron little pieces of fabric and whatnot, and I don't want to get out my ironing board. I have an old hand towel that I keep folded up with my ironing board, and I just kind of fold that in half and lay it on my table and iron with it. But this is going to be better. So I got that. I splurged on that. Okay, now let's look at these books. So I couldn't sleep last night, and this has been my week. Every night this week, I have either stayed up really late. I mean, I go to bed and can't sleep, so I get up again. Or I sleep for an hour and a half, and then I can't sleep. I wake up and I can't sleep, so I get up and do some stuff. That's been my week. Hopefully, we're going to get over this. But, so last night, I was in here cutting papers for these little journals. So I had already showed you these covers, and I showed you the digitals I'm using for them. And because of the size of these books, I had to trim the digitals down. But this one is a blue lace, so it didn't really matter. It wasn't like there was a picture on there that I had to preserve. It's just lace. But they're beautiful. Like, this one's one of my favorites. So I trimmed them, and then I cut other papers, and I think I'm not going to go with scrapbook paper in these, because I counted, I think without scrapbook paper I have 9 pages, folded pages in a signature, and I think that's enough. There's some blue colored paper that I just got from Etsy, these craft pages from a journal that I had cut apart a while ago, some little ledger pages, music paper, this cream colored, I think it's like a resume paper, a pale blue parchment, and this typing paper. There are elements that come with this kit. I also have some doilies, 3 different styles, but they're all vintage. So yeah, there are elements that come with the kit, but some of them are too big for the small book. So these, you know, I could turn them sideways, but I may just save them for another journal. We had made these in my Tag Tuesday video using an element that was from the digital kit. So we made those, and then I recently got these postcards from a flea market, and they're blue tinted, so this would be a great journal to put them in. So also, I'll just quickly show you this one. It's Ephemera's Vintage Garden. So the blue lace one is a newer digital that I got, and then this is one that I've had for a very long time, and I've had it printed for a very long time, and I'm so excited to finally use it. So it has the pretty greens and reds. It's just beautiful colors, and I thought it went really well with this cover. So I have, this one will get, this is the kind of kit, I think it's two kits, but they went together. They're both called Miss Lady Faye, and I will link both of these kits below. But this is the kind of kit I would have divided up into two journals before and put 6 pages per journal. But I'm going to put them all in one journal, so there will be 4 digital pages in each signature. And I have a pale green parchment, and again the cream resume and the typing paper. This beautiful stationery, which is great with this, and some green colored paper. And then the ephemera that comes with the kit. I also, again, had to trim these, and I saved strips in case I just need something for edges of pages. I didn't want to throw away those pretty colors. So I have some laces. I think because these books are so little, I don't want to make a fabric flip for them. But I could do fabric collages. I got out some laces that we can choose from to set up my lace supplies for these journals. But I just got these in a Happy Mail from Judy, and I think these colors are great for that book, for the Wild Olive. So I'll just get these out where I can see them. They're 3-dimensional, so I might just choose one to put on the cover, because these rosebuds stick up quite a bit. So I don't know, but I'm going to set these out so I can see them. This might be pretty inside. I don't know, we'll see. These little ribbons, little blue ribbons with a lace flower, I'll get those out. And I think that's enough of that stuff. These are clusters that I have already pinned together, and I still haven't gotten around to sewing them. So I'm just going to look through them quickly to see if I have any that will go with these journals. Maybe that one. I'm not sure about some of them because even if the colors go, the style or the feel of them might not be right, but I'm going to pull some out so I'll have some to choose from, and I can make that decision later. That one would definitely go. This one focuses more on blues. This one has green, but it also has this pretty pinky red color. Oh, I went to see Fiddler on the Roof at the Clemens Center, Performing Arts Center, last night with my parents and my sisters, and we had such a wonderful time. I love that musical. I love Fiddler on the Roof and Oklahoma and Camelot. Well, I love a lot of musicals, but they're my all-time favorites. And when they started singing Tradition, it's even better than the movie, because all the characters, all the actors are on the stage dancing, you know, kind of processing around with their hand gestures and their clapping and little stamping of the feet. And in the movie, it's just Tevye kind of walking through the village, and you can hear the voices singing, but you don't see the people. So, I mean, it was so awesome. When they started that song, I started crying because I was just so thrilled to be there, and it's one of my favorite iconic musicals, and that's an iconic song from that musical. And I know I'm just very, very sentimental, and I cry very easily, and my daughter does too. And either of us can just say a word or a phrase, and both of us tear up. We're kind of ridiculous. But it was a wonderful experience to have with my 86-year-old parents. I'm so glad. We bought those tickets 3 years ago, before the pandemic. And of course the shows were postponed for 2 years. So I kept thinking, every time it got postponed, I thought, do you know how old my parents are? You know, we've got to get this show done. So we finally got to go. This is beautiful, and this might be great for those colors in the green journal. We got to go, and it was fantastic. We all loved it. It was worth the wait. So I have the Tradition song in my head right now. This is my little container that I have next to my, it's along the wall next to my sewing machine area, and so whatever trims I want to use or could possibly use in the journals, I put in here to keep them contained. This is one of my favorite, well, these. I think I got them both at the same time from the same vendor at a flea market, and I had a lot of them, large quantity, and I didn't sell any of them because I knew I would just use them all the time, and I do. And I'll be sad when they're gone, but I'm going to keep using them. This would be pretty in one of these books, maybe. I've got a lot with some blue in them. So I like that this one is mostly white, but it has some blue, because I don't want to just overwhelm the journal with blue, blue, blue. I have that one. I have this little piece here with blue. This one. And there isn't going to be a lot of space on these pages, so I will be limited in what I can use, but there's a lot of blue on this card. I'll just pick what is right for the page that I'm working on. Here's a beautiful blue. I thought this one might be really nice in the green journal. This is like my favorite, and I hoard this very much, but I love that. So, gotta use it sometime. Ouch! Stuck the pin right in my finger on this one. This is just a white with a triangle shape, and I thought that might be pretty in these journals. There's some more blue, crochet type of blue. And this I thought would also be pretty in the green. Another one that I hoard. And you can see why, I'm sure. Either one of those would be nice in that journal. And then these are from Hobby Lobby. This is a go-to for putting on the edges of my pages. Love that. And I like this one. It's got little ball trim. Let's open it so we can get a better look at it. Oh yeah, that's really cute. I was thinking maybe this one for the green and this one for the blue, but we will see. And then I have these ruffles. So that is my fabric selection. I'll put these little pieces in here also. My fabric and trim selection. So now I am going to collate my pages, at least for one journal. I don't know how much time I'll have. I've got my pockets. There are 3 pockets in this kit, so one for each signature. So I've got my typing paper, parchment, resume paper, music, ledger. I want these journals to have a lot of writing space because they are small, so I don't want to fill them up with too much embellishment. The papers are beautiful, and that's a lot of embellishment right there. And I will use probably just mostly what came with the kit for embellishment, but I might add more like the trims and stuff that I just got out. But I want to leave a lot of space for journaling. So you can see everything here you can journal on except the music and the front of this. You can journal on the back of that. I just printed it with a kind of a pale marbly, and I don't know the kit that is from. So I want to start with one of the beautiful digital pages, and maybe that. And let's put this here. Ledger. I think we get 2 digitals in each signature. So I'll put another digital in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got 2 blue pages right together, so let's put that in here. Okay, that's 9 folded pages, so it's 36 pages per signature times 3 signatures. Oh, and we'll put a doily in here somewhere. I think I want it against something blue. That looks pretty. Okay. Put this one in the front. Oh, this goes in between here. So tell me what your favorite musicals are, if you like musicals. And if you like Fiddler on the Roof, what is your favorite song? I like Tradition and If I Were a Rich Man, and, well, I like all the songs. They're just so gorgeous. Sunrise, Sunset is beautiful. My sisters and I used to, I would play it and we would all sing it for my parents. And that's a gorgeous shade right there. So I'm just curious if you like musicals and what your favorite is. So I like, oh, I was going to say, when Sunrise, Sunset started being sung, I was sitting next to my mother, and I heard her make a little sound because, you know, that's just a song that she knows, and She heard us sing, and she knows the meaning behind it. It's about your children growing up and going away. So, because it was being sung at the oldest daughter's wedding. And so I reached out and took her hand, and so I got to hold my mother's hand while we listened to them performing Sunrise, Sunset, which was nice. But I love If I Were a Rich Man, and I love Tradition. I think those two are my favorites. I have one extra page. There were 7 pages, so I can use that for ephemera. Got my window open, and breeze is blowing. I think it's getting ready to rain. So just blew some papers around in here. Okay, we're getting closer to getting going on these. I think I won't have to do any stenciling. I don't know if I'll do any stamping. I might just do little stamps, maybe a pretty decorative stamp on the corners or at the top of a page or something. I can't do these in the same order as those because this one will have a different, some of the pages are the same, but there are 4 digitals per signature, so there are fewer types of pages. I don't have the music or the ledger in this one, but look at all these gorgeous digitals. So I'm going to separate these because they came in 2 sets, and I think I can kind of tell. I think the ones that look like that with the big flowers and the corrugated look are from one set. So I want to make sure I get some of each set in both in all the signatures, and then the ones that look like this with collaged images more. But there's only 4 of those. Okay, so they are divided into 2 types of digitals. There are more of this one, and I want to start out with a gorgeous color, and the cover is green, so I'm going to start with the green one. These 2 are my favorite pages. I love the cherries. I love this color. Those are my favorite pages. And then I'm going to put this typing paper one here. And the pretty green dyed paper. You can see it through the typing paper. Well, let's see. It's going to have 4. So I think it's time to put another one of these in. So that's 4 pages right there. 5. 6. 7. What color was that? 8. 9. I don't think, well, I can't do an even distribution of these and those. But let's start with this one for the next signature. I will be putting doilies in this one too. I didn't bring them in here with me. They're in the office, in my wooden drawers in there. put a solid and then a patterned one. And then I get to put one of these in the center. And now I think I did something wrong because I only have 2 left. My battery's flashing, my phone is ringing, so I'm going to figure this out, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.